Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching The Beekeeper, starring Jason Statham, Josh Hutcherson, and Jeremy Irons. And directed by David Ayer, the same director of Suicide Squad 2016, Training Day, and Fury. Now, there have been many John Wick imitators over the years, especially since that franchise basically kicked off a whole bunch of movie franchises that try to get action stars to have their own spin on that kind of the genre. And The Beekeeper definitely manages to stand out on its own merits, but I'm wondering how well it'll attract audiences given its more pulled from the headlines nature of its story. But let's get to the sad story, shall we? The story follows Adam Clay, played by Jason Statham, as he is a beekeeper. He looks after bees, he collects honey, and he is raised basically by this woman who lives out in the middle of nowhere. But when she is ripped off in a phishing scam that also manages to steal $2 million that she was donating to charity, Jason Statham decides to hunt down the phishing scammers and to burn down their entire business. This catches the attention of the big boss of this phishing scam, played by Josh Hutcherson, who decides to get all the resources he can to try and take down the beekeeper, who happens to not just look after bees physically, but he also happens to be part of a secret organization that helps secure the U.S. government and helps take out criminals that other members of the CIA and the FBI can't handle. But that's all I'll say about the story. The story here definitely manages to stand out in action film formulas, with its main character being a beekeeper, of course, and with having several bee puns in many bits of the dialogue. With them referring to an organization as a hive, with Jason Statham essentially trying to be a queen slayer, basically by killing the defective offspring of a queen. In this case, killing the defective offspring of the CEO, played by Josh Hutcherson's mother, who happens to essentially be the president of the United States in this universe. And it has a lot of things to say about phishing scammers, tech bros, how those people control elections, and how they can influence world events purely through ripping people off and managing to get away with any crime you can think of because they have the connections and the money to do so. So yeah, a lot of pulled from the headline stuff, and that makes Josh Hutcherson's character really fun to watch because you can tell he's hamming it up in every scene that he's in. But Statham gets to do his stoic per, uh, shtick through the whole thing. The fight scenes are genuinely pretty fun with plenty of crunchy sounds, plenty of creative explosions, and even a few assassins that resemble characters from Santa Destroy. You know, the No More Heroes games. It is unfortunate that the choreography here isn't as strong as some of the John Wick films, and in some respects, some of the dialogue can get kind of cringy when it comes to how many bee puns there are and how little the bees actually are part of Jason Statham's arsenal. While the gunfights and the explosions are cool, they can get a tad repetitive, and I think having the beekeeper's occupation influence his arsenal a bit more could have made this go from schlock to unbelievably entertaining and unbelievably memorable schlock. As it stands, it's a action movie that does its job, even if its influences are very apparent. So that's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. See you next time.